The following review is going to be on the Transformers animated Swoop and Snarl. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today we're going to go back in time and do another Rodimusbill Flashback. We're going to do Transformers animated Snarl. Yes, I know it looks like Slag. And Transformers Swoop. Now, before we begin, if you want to buy other Transformer products, don't forget to check out Big Bad Toy Store. And now back to the review. Alright, first we're going to start at Swoop. Now, these were Transformers animated, which came out, about a decade ago, maybe more. And they didn't do all the Dinobots, but they did have Grimlock, Swoop, and Snarl. And right now I've got the Dinobot, Swoop, and Snarl. Now, first we'll take a look at them. These were the first opportunity to upgrade the Dinobots. And I think they did an okay job on them. Let's see, take a look at Swoop first. There's his nice head. You got the cool red, the gold, and the blue face. You got here's that gold beak, and he's mostly light blue and gray. And he's got like bronze hands. So here we go, got the Autobot symbol right there. We got his long arms going down the figure. You can see he's got the gold bronze feet, the gold bronze hands. He's got the blue joints for the knees. Let's see, on the back he's got the light blue wings. He's got more of that dark gray. And that is Swoop. Now, Swoop did come with a weapon. This is his mace. And what you want to do is hands big enough you can just swap it in his hands. And there is Swoop with his battle mace. Now, he's supposed to be snapped in. The only way these things snap in is on the back. So let me just fix them real quick. And there's Swoop. First, we're going to take a look at his mace. Come on, Swoop, stand up. Now, it had that see-through orange right there. Then it had some more orange, and it was more like lava. It's just a gray, and it's got a cool chain on it. And there is the handle. So, for Swoop's articulation, we could set him up right. Now, these figures are pretty old. See, his one arm could do the 360 degrees. He's got movement at the upper bicep. His hand could do more than 90 degrees. And his claws just go in and out. Nothing. Oh, he's got waist rotation, which is pretty cool. His head can it move? Is it on a ball joint? Seems to be on a ball joint, but I don't want to move this figure because he's an old figure. Legs, kick up, kick back. He's got knee swivel, more than 90 degrees, and his foot is on a ball joint, so you got free movement in his foot. And that is Swoop. Now let's look at Snarl. I know he looks like Slag. This is a Triceratops. Normally it would be called Slag. But I know the show was big in England, and since they already Slag is it's a insult, shall we say? So they named him Snarl. And he's pretty cool. He's very thick. You can see his head sticks out the whole front of the piece. But he's got a nice looking head. Doesn't really have a neck, but his head does move, rotate side to side. And let's look at that face. He's got red, silver, and gray. He's got some horns. There's a Triceratops. He's got the Autobot symbol right there. And very animated, very cartoon looking, so not much detail, but you do got here. It's the red and black on the arm. And we go down here. There's that symbol again. Going down the feet, he's got the gold tips, black, and he's like I guess he's like a blue. It's like a grayish blue. There's some more black and red. And the back, he's pretty much it. He's hollow. But that is it for Snarl. Now, again, his head does a 360 degrees. If you put the wing back or the tail, his arm will do a 360. Let's see. Doesn't really have that much elbow. This piece moves up. And he does have different fingers and separate fingers and thumbs, which is pretty cool. And I don't have his weapon. I forgot what he came with. Other arm, again, same way. Very little elbow. Waist rotation, just a little. Let's see, on the legs. He can kick up that much. He can go back all the way. He can go out and do the split due to transformation. And then, let's see, he does have 90 degrees at the knee and nothing on the toes. And that is our Snarl figure. All right, now we'll just stand these guys here. You know, so the whole point of the animated was more cartoonish looking because they were trying to get more toward the younger audience. But, all right, let's put these guys to the side and let's do some robot-to-robot comparisons. First robot to robot, we're going to bring in Power the Prime Slag. Now these are deluxe sizes, and that's how they compare to the old one. And we're going to bring in Power the Prime Swoop. Now these two are available at Big Bad Toy Stores, so click on that link below if you want. And that is how these guys, here, we'll do these side by side. And then we got the Triceratops. And then this is the original Snarl in Power of the Primes, but they named him Snarl. This is the Optimus Prime animated figure. So that's the same toy line. And we're just going to bring in a G1 Sludge. And that is what a G1 figure, how they size up to it. And that is it for Robot to Robot. Now, we're going to transform Swoop first. So what we're going to do is unpeg these. This is on a hinge back here. So you got these two tabs going to these slots. Then we're going to take the bottom jaw is tabbed in right there. And then his head's on a double joint. So we're just going to move this in to hide the face. So now we got Swoops there. Now these we're going to swing down. We're going to rotate these down. Rotate these down. Okay, and the back, it's this big tab is going to lock this in. So spread the wings out, and now this is where we're going to get creative. This little slot right here, this tab is going to go into. So on this swoop, you actually lock the arms in, which is different than the other swoops. Okay, pull out the arm or the wing, and we're going to tab this like that. And then the feet, all you do is you pull back and you just angle this back. You don't do much with the feet. And this is your swoop. Let's see. There you go. And that is your swoop. So it's a little different from our normal swoop. Again, the legs just stay like that. The arms touch the wings, which is pretty cool. And let's see, they got some movement. And there, let's look at his face. The mouth does open up all the way, which is pretty neat. Oh, and going down here, we've got the chest. Kind of like reminds me of Grimlock. How it just folds down, then you got down the feet. You got the claws and the back. You got that tab right there, so that stays in. And in articulation, you got the whole head you can move, the Dinobot head. Again, the wings you can move down like this. You can move them up. You know, the feet are very, very articulated. And basically that is Swoop. Whoops, this came undone. And that just sticks in there. And that is Swoop, the Transformers animated Dinobot. You know, they're supposed to be simpler, made for a younger audience, simpler transformation, simpler aesthetics, but he is pretty cool. let's just have a maybe, not much you can do there. And then if we bring in our power of the prime swoop, and then we got a little difference. Let's see, the beak and the head are very similar, but the power of the primes, the feet fold back, and you got the same wings. His arms are tucked in. His arms are actually attached to his wings. And I like this. It's pretty cool. It's a different take on Swoop. And he's more basic, but I do like it. And that is those two guys. Now what we're going to do is take a look at Snarl. And before we transform Snarl, let's just move these up. These are an option. This moves and the little nose moves too. But now let's transform Snarl. So first, let's fold the hands in. They just go back into the back of the legs. And then we got to untab these from here and double hinge these up. So untab and double hinge up. Now, this is where he gets a little complicated. These are actually the front legs. So let's get these legs out of the way. All right. Now, this slot right here is going to fit in this tab. So you want to rotate this up. Actually, let's loosen these first. Rotate this up. Then you can lock it down. And these, the legs split like that. Okay. So once you split them, you bend them out to the sides. And now they're going to fold on this joint. So fold these in. Fold these in. And they actually make the front legs. And the back legs we're just going to spin around again. Now we're going to work on this section. Now, this part is on a hinge. See how you can move it up and down. So we're going to move this up for now. Then I'm going to move the head down. And it's going to compact it so it's one big head. And then we can open up the mouth. We can do that. And now basically he's done. Then we just want to straighten them out. Let's see the legs. Fix the legs. These rotate down. These rotate down. And these pull out. I'm not really sure what you do with these. And that is Snarl. Or Slag. So, these all together. All that's done. This is done. Alright, and this is Slag. Now, and we can move the horns. He's a Triceratops. This, I'm not really sure why this moves at all, but his mouth is able to open and shut. And then as you go, like I said, these were made to be for kids, so you don't have that much detail on the legs, but they did put this cool red and black on both of the arms. You got the gold toes. You got the black ring and the gold tail. And yes, as you can still see his head pop up. Not really sure why they didn't make that more flush. But going down, there you go. You got these, and that is it. Now, for articulation, the back legs do rotate 360 degrees, but you only have this little movement on the joints. The front feet, when they're folded like this, you really can't move them. But he does have a little movement right there in the knee. And you got movement right here. So he's not completely immobile. Head, can't really move at all. And that is it for Slag, or Snarl. Now, this is the Power of the Primes Triceratops. So you can see this is who he's supposed to be, and they're about the same size. This one's a little bigger, but he's named after Snarl. Again, in the UK, Slag is a derogatory term, so they changed his name to Snarl. But this is Snarl, but they didn't have a Dinobot like this in animated, so I guess it didn't matter. And that is Snarl. And one thing about this Snarl figure too, if you look back here, you can fold these out. Now, they have a little button there, so as soon as you hit the button there, the spikes come out. Hit that there. So that's supposed to be when you fold this in, it's supposed to automatically do the spikes. So if you want to do that way, now Snarl has spikes on his legs. Don't know why, but you just pop them in, and now you got no more the flame. And that is all. Now what we're gonna do is bring back our 2 Dinobots, like so. And then we're gonna bring them, compare them to the Optimus Prime from Animated. Whoops. That's how those guys match. And then we're gonna bring in all our dinosaurs. We got this guy, we got this guy, we've got Snarl, and we've got Sludge. So these are all the Dinobots featured in this review. Like I said, the Animated, it was a show geared toward more kids, so it was more of a simplistic transformation, but I'm glad they did have updated versions of at least some of the dinosaurs. And then we're going to transform this guy back real quick. Unhook the hands, unhook the hands. The feet, you just fold down the feet. These you just rotate up. These you always want to rotate up. Let's see, rotate up, push the beak down, and these 2 tabs are supposed to slot in there to hold them still. And we'll bring the wings down, we'll straighten the arms out. So that is your animated Swoop and your animated Snarl. Let's see, let's disconnect this. Let's see, here's a better way of doing these. See, so you take the waist and you combine them like that. I'm not really sure. Oh no, these are not the ones. It's these where you can take them out, I guess, if you want. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this guy. Separate this part, rotate these down. Let's swing the legs out front. We'll rotate. Here we go. Now let's rotate these down. Rotate these down. Tab in there. And these are all tabbed in. So this, you'll have this tab right here into this slot. So that will just come down here and just fit in somehow. There. And then let's see. I'll fix the arms. I don't know, you can put them out like that, I guess. But let's take the fists out. Let's take the fist out. This guy's a little awkward because these don't really snap in. And it's just, he's clumsy. But he doesn't fit together real good. And that, you can just put that there. And then fix them up. And there is our Snarl and our Swoop from Transformers Animated. And I just wanted to show you, bring these guys from the past, because I know Dinobots are making a big comeback. We just had the Power of the Primes Dinobots. We just had Studio Series, Grimlock, and Slag coming out. So I figured I'd get back in the old vault and find some animated Dinobots. And we have Snarl, which, yes, looks like Slag. And we got Swoop. All right. And thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe to my channel. We do new Transformers, old Transformers, DC, superheroes, all that good stuff. Check back at Big Bad Toy Store where you can get all the new Transformers. And that's about it. So, as Rodimus Prime once said, till all are one, Rodimus Prime, a Rodimusbill out.